anytime, anywhere, always there. We are the MSA Sports Network. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League, here on the Management Science Associates Sports Network. The PIHL on MSAsports.net is sponsored in part by the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena, by Bladerunners, by First Commonwealth Bank, by S-Mark, by People's Gas, by Carlow University, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by the East Suburban Sports Medicine Center, by J&J Distributing, and by Management Science Associates.
And we welcome you to the Bladerunners in Harmarville, continuing coverage of the PIHL on MSA Sports, sponsored by Trib Total Media. It is the live stream game of the week, audio and video, from the Bladerunners in Harmarville, the Bishop Canevin Crusaders and Fox Chapel. The Foxes, a Class AA matchup of the PIHL. Bishop Canevin 5-6 in fourth place in the Western Conference. Fox Chapel 6-4-2, 14 points there, fourth in the Eastern Conference. Along with Brandon Showers, Bob Orkwis on MSA Sports. Two teams that, if the playoffs were to begin today, and we can start looking to the playoffs as we have maybe 3 or so weeks going on.
6 more games after tonight.
Dozen games going on. These two teams are in fourth place of the top 5 in this classification from each conference. Make it. More on that during our intermission break. We'll talk a little bit about the playoffs, but these two teams kind of struggling to get consistent. Both teams 3-3 in their last 6 games. So both of these teams, obviously, now that the calendar has turned, Brandon, and we head towards the playoffs and about 5 weeks or so more of hockey, they would love to start putting together at this time of the year.
Yeah, if you look at the last 3 for Fox Chapel, they won 6-5 over Chartiers Valley on the 5th, about 8 days or so ago. Then on Thursday the 18th, they lost to Greater Latrobe 5-3. Squeaked one out against Baldwin back on the 12th of December, 9-6. Then if you look at the other side, Bishop Canevin really struggling. They're 1 out of their last 3. The only win they had out of their last 3 was Hampton, who we saw earlier, who just got to 21 points after their game earlier today.
That's a good Hampton team.
That's a very good Hampton team. But then you look at the Armstrong game, they lost 12-2. It's a good Armstrong team, but they lost by 10
Well, I
points.
looked at the numbers. First of all, Christian Miller had 7 goals in that game. He's outstanding. But if I read the box score right, only 8 players were dressed that night for Bishop Canevin. So if you look into that, that might have happened. And we're underway on the audio and video stream here on MSA Sports. Bishop Canevin moving left to right on the audio portion. They're in the dark blue, the light blue. The homestanding Fox Chapel Foxes in the whites, red and black. Richard Villani's the head coach of Fox Chapel. Kevin Zomanski, the head coach for Bishop Canevin. I had a chance to talk with Coach Zomanski last Friday. Told me that he thought that Hampton game their best game of the year. So in that case, if you're the Crusaders, you are hoping that you're turning it on at the right time of the season. Puck is in the Bishop Canevin zone. Alec Knapp in the left wing corner, or the right wing corner, loses it, and it's squirted in front. Good job to come back by Thomas Krivak to clean up a zone, and he counters with speed. Line change for Fox Chapel, takes away the manage, but good job by Krivak to come down the right wing side, tries to drag it inside, but couldn't get it to the net. Puck comes to the near point, and that is deflected on the slap shot by Bilski. Goes wide of the net, and back into his own zone is Jason Bilski on defense for Bishop Canevin to play. Crusaders now trying to direct traffic in their own zone, and Bilski will skate it up the near side, dump it to the far side. It's deflected in by Caden Kelly for the Crusaders. He goes in against Elias Eisensen. Lost the puck. We get a whistle as Sam Stites had it. Wonder if it was Eisensen. It looks to be Elias Eisensen going to the penalty box. So those two, Eisensen and Kelly, went after it into the corner, the left wing corner, and that's I think they maybe have seen a hold. So the first power play opportunity of this game favors Bishop Canevin. You're calling a slash?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what the ref in the corner was calling, at least originally when the call was made.
The time of this penalty comes at 1:22. Face off in the Fox Chapel zone to our right. Man advantage for the Crusaders. Blaine Adams, the top gun for Bishop Canevin with 25 points and 10 goals. Plays the center point. He's actually between the circles now as the D has pinched way in. Puck in the left wing. Slashing is the call. Now it comes into the near corner. Crusaders on the man advantage against the box defense. Set it up in the near circle. Centering pass. It's in tight. Chad Veltry's in the goal for Fox Chapel. Nico Borghini, a freshman, has started and played every minute of every game for Bishop Canevin. This is his 12th start, 10th game for Chad Veltry. Man falls down. The Crusaders get it back in. They'll dump it near side in front. Shot save, rebound, goes to the crease and it's cleared away. And now a shot. Veltry gets back and makes the save. Oh, one of his defensemen kept it out of there. And then Veltry scrambled back to make the save of the wrist shot. 5 shots to none in the early going for the Crusaders, but on this man advantage, it remains a scoreless game.
It's a big man advantage at the 14:45 mark. Just a couple minutes into the game, if Bishop Canevin can get themselves on the board, establish their offense, they'll put themselves in a nice little position for the rest of the game.
Ross Langford, who had a shoulder injury during soccer season, has returned for Bishop Canevin, wins the faceoff. He gets the puck in the left circle, puts it into the left corner. Centering pass, 2 men in front for the Crusaders. The second one, Josh Ruffing gets a second effort shot on, but Veltry goes down into the butterfly and makes the save. Chad Veltry, by the way, 4-3-2 on the season for Fox Chapel. 357 goals against average, a save percentage of 888. Nico Borghini is 5-6. He has 1 shutout on the year for the Crusaders. His goals against at 469, his save percentage at 807. He has the unenviable task of replacing Nikita Meskin, who was so good over the last 3 years for Bishop Canevin.
Yeah, this Bishop Canevin team has a little bit of history. They know what it's like to kind of taste.
Winding in on the wrist shot, it was Bilski who came down the left wing and then cut laterally to the near side, but his wrist shot goes in. Crusaders won the PIHL AA championship last year, and then went to the state championship before losing to Central Bucks South 5-2. So Bilski's shot just went over top the net on its own, no deflection. Face off into the neutral zone. 28 seconds to go on this Crusader man advantage. Into his own zone, Shane Toulousiak can't clear for Fox Chapel. Comes to the center point, kept in by the Crusaders. They backhand it to the net, and it makes it all the way into the glove of Chad Veltry, and he'll hold on. A face-off forthcoming in the Fox Chapel zone with 18 seconds to go on the Crusaders' man advantage.
Now, I understand Fox Chapel's been on the penalty kill pretty much the entire first period. They haven't been able to get any offense whatsoever. No shots on goal for them so far. They're doing nothing but really killing the penalty.
Face-off controlled by Dakota Smith for Bishop Canevin. Center point to Nat. Nat comes down the left side, puts it in front. He had 2 men there. His pass misfires. The Foxes cannot clear. Comes to the blue line, does now squirt back to center ice, and in 3 seconds, the penalty will be over, and back on the ice comes Elias Isensen, and we're 5 aside. 13.5 to go. Centering pass for the Crusaders. Turning, shooting, a good shot by Blaine Adams, their top scorer. A right pad save, and then the rebound is put on the net. Veltry's been very active in the early going, but he makes his 8th save as he stops Nat on the rebound. Makes his 9th save, and it remains scoreless.
They're slow on the shot on the scoreboard. Taking their time putting it up, so.
Key is they got it.
Yeah, exactly.
So shots favor Bishop Canevin 9-0, and a lot of that due to the power play that they had, but will remain scoreless. And now the Foxes win the face-off in their own zone. They'll gain the line and dump it in there. They did not gain the line, and icing is called against Fox Chapel. As the Foxes have Zemenkowski out there. I think the puck was shot in by Krahofsky, but again, did not gain center ice. So the faceoff will come all the way back to the Fox Chapel zone to our right, to the right of Chad Veltry. Won cleanly by the Crusaders to the point Bilski. His pass is turned over to Zemenkowski. The attack for Fox Chapel was a 3-on-2 and then 3-on-3 late, but Zemenkowski actually got the puck caught in his skates. So that goes by the wayside. Puck is played at the Fox Chapel blue line. Chase Villani dumps it in. Takes a weird bounce right in front. Zemikowski had it, left it there, and a big save by Borghini on the wrist shot taken by Kurhovsky. His first save of the game is a good one. That just took a weird bounce off the boards and created an opportunity for Fox Chapel. In his own zone, Sam Stites for the Foxes. Knocked down at center ice is Kurhovsky, and the Crusaders will dump it back into the Fox Chapel zone. Veltri plays behind his own net to Toulousiak on the near boards. Dumps it back around, and it's picked up behind the net by Stites. And the Foxes systematically clear their zone. They get it to Toulousiak, 1-on-2, half slapper. And that is blocked by Jacob Gambino on a good stick work. And the puck is behind the Crusaders' goal. Near boards it comes to Jacob Ondrejko. Ondrejko gets it out of the zone. Coming down the opposite wing is Ruffing. He puts a wrist shot on the outside of the cage and now tries to center it. And it comes to Parolo. He gets it up ahead for Fox Chapel to Michael Hudick. Hudick dumps it into the zone. And back to play it in his own zone is Patrick Bain for Bishop Canevin. Reverses to the far side. Skating over at the far point to keep it in is Isensen. Puts it behind the net. Centering pass knocked down by Borghini. It does actually come onto the backhand for Toulousiak. And Borghini actually played that off the net but kept it wide. Langford will dump, try to give chase, can't get it in. Picked up at center ice by Hudick. Hudick is knocked down on a nice check by Nat. Far boards the puck goes to Parolo, lost it. With speed coming down the left wing is Mulick. Centering pass and a beautiful stick save as Mulick found Langford, but Veltri spread out and made a beautiful stick save, Brandon, to keep it scoreless.
What a stick save. Good job by Veltri there to go post to post, get his stick on the puck, a nice pass, a nice offensive break for Bishop Canevin. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
Sometimes that's all you can do as a goalkeeper is just spread out everything you have. Veltri made the stick save, makes another stick save on the backhand, just goes wide as Mulick was trying to make it happen and he shot it wide. The Crusaders again pressing the attack against Fox Chapel. I haven't seen Ben Friedland, so I'm not sure if he is a scratch tonight. We know that Brian Beal, one of the forwards for Fox Chapel, is serving a one-game suspension, so he is not in the lineup. I don't see Rice out there as well, Jonathan Rice for Fox Chapel, so it looks like the Foxes may be shorthanded with a couple of their better players in this game. So a lot will fall on Veltri. A lot has fallen on Veltri already in the early going.
12 saves and a couple big-time saves on big scoring opportunities for Bishop Canevin. He's going to have to really pick it up and step up his game and just show why he's played the majority of the minutes for goalies on Fox Chapel. Look out.
Big check. Blaine Adams flattens a Fox Chapel defender in his own zone. Puck comes back to center ice, played by Bilski. Bilski is held from behind and gets up, takes the puck. Holding's going to be upcoming against Miskey. That wrist shot misses the net. Into the zone, Krivak for Bishop Canevin. He leaves it there, so the penalty will be enforced, and the holding call will put the Crusaders on their second man advantage. And the time of this penalty comes at 8:10.
Yes. Holding the call, evidently.
7:10, excuse me.
As you called it. Shane Krosky was the one that just got plowed in the defensive end for Fox Chapel on that
big
assist.
hit by Blaine Adams. Perfectly legal, everything legit. Head up. So Miskey in the penalty box. Crusaders on another man advantage. Puck on the near sides. Slap shot. That deflects way wide, taken from the near side by Bain, and that missed everything.
Brief change here for Bishop Canevin.
Adams comes out. He was on the previous shift. Actually about 12 feet or so inside the zone. Watch the Crusaders on their first power play opportunity. They pinched their point man in to the top of the circles. Let's see if they do it again.
Yes.
Bilski's a defenseman, but Adams is a forward playing the right point. That pass goes through his legs, the length of the ice. Simikowski gives chase, but Bilski beats him to the puck. Playing into the zone with a man advantage. The Crusaders will work it up, and Ondrejko comes through the neutral zone, gets into the zone, drops it off. Skating laterally with it. Holding and dangling is Krivak. Krivak near side. Shot pass misses to the far side, but Bilski has possession of the puck on the pinch for the Crusaders. Jamming up in the left wing corner. Crusaders come out with the puck. 55 seconds to go in their man advantage. Near side pass, walking in, Adams fires, saved by Veltri. And he stuffs it right there, no rebound. Another good save by Chad Veltri on the talented Blaine Adams with a slapper.
That's the first shot on this power play for Bishop Canevin. They haven't been able to put the puck toward the net the first minute and 9 seconds of the power play. Let's see if they can get their offense set up after really peppering Veltri in their first power play attempt.
Face-off control, comes to the right point, Adams. Dumps it into the right wing corner for Bishop Canevin on the man advantage. Against the box defense, they'll work it to the right wing half boards. Dumped behind by Krivak into the corner, comes to Adams. Adams goes opposite, wide open is Nat. He had it blocked, he tried to shovel it to the net. Toulousiak made the steal, and Toulousiak clears the zone for Fox Chapel. 25 seconds to go on this Bishop Canevin power play. And they come for one last rush. They'll come down the left wing side, gain the zone. Now skated in behind the net. Crusaders trying to dump it in front. Cleared by the Foxes up to Toulousiak, and he backhands it out of the zone. And that should just about do it. Bishop Canevin is 5 seconds away from being 0 for 2 on the man advantage. Puck through center ice to Andrejko. Andrejko comes down the right wing side and dumps it in behind the net. Bishop Canevin will play. Quick centering pass. Comes to Nat. Slap shot. Misses the far post. Foxes in their own zone trying to clear it up and out. Stites had it. He can't get it out. Crusaders make the steal. Jamming it up on the left wing half boards. And still doing a good job in there on the forecheck is Krivak, and Krivak wins the puck, goes into the corner, try to step around move, and that didn't work, and it's intercepted. Trying to come out of his own zone pocket pick though. Villani had it, but he lost it. Crusaders keep possession. They lose it again, and this time getting it back to center ice is Michael Hudik. Hudik was knocked down, no penalties called. 1-on-2 come the Crusaders. Skating laterally is Bosnick. Bosnick goes behind the net, centers, has a man, skate to stick, backhander save. Has Ross Langford put it on the cage, but Veltri makes another save. Puck into the near corner. Stites tried to clear for Fox Chapel. He could not do it. The Crusaders have possessed the puck, helped, of course, by 2 power play opportunities in this first period, but they've done a good job of forechecking and keeping the puck alive in the Fox Chapel zone. As we wind down to 6.5 to go in the first period, scoreless between Bishop Canevin and Fox Chapel.
Yeah, it seems there's a distinct tilt in the ice from left to right going on right now. Bishop Canevin really hasn't played much defense, and Borghini hasn't been tested in that either.
Long pass through the neutral zone. Could have been played by the Crusaders, so Gambino has to go back in his own zone, but Bilski gets there first, and Bilski with speed comes flying up the right side, down the right wing, cuts inside, outside, tries to make one more move, and that is defended nicely by Eisensen. Puck comes to the far point, kept alive by Langford. Langford dumps it into the corner, all the way around to the near boards, and the Foxes will slide it back to center ice. Bishop Canevin gets it to Gambino, just chips it inside the zone. Toulousiak out of the zone, gets it up ahead to Hudik. Hudik can't get in cleanly. Bilski stole it. There comes the counter, Langford. Langford down the left side with room, backhands it. That was a good pass in front, just misfired. The Crusaders, another good opportunity on the counterattack. It is played back to the Bishop Canevin blue line, where Bilski has it in his own zone.
Langford's backhanded pass got a little bit of skip on the ice there and wasn't able to be corralled by Bishop Canevin to put the puck in the net. They had a wide open net though.
They worked that 2-on-2 very nicely. Good skating effort by Langford. This is his 9th game. So he's missed some time, as I mentioned, nursing a shoulder injury. On the counter comes Blaine Adams. Adams, one of the top scorers in Class AA. Drops it back, and the wrist shot goes behind the cage. Puck in the near corner. In the right wing corner, trying to put it behind the net. Picked up by Fox Chapel. They'll skate it up and out. Chase Villani with a nice job to come down the near side, left wing. Goes all the way to the left wing corner. Still with possession. All the way around the world he goes. Tries to skate in front, and he does! Oh, beautiful wrist shot. Missed the net. What a skating effort, and a great opportunity for Chase Villani.
That's the downfall of being a goalie. Borghini's back there. He's only faced 2 shots, kind of getting a little cold sitting back there in his net and not really facing much offense. And right there, it almost goes in and costs him.
Great individual effort by Chase Villani. Back the other way, Krivak had a chance between the circles, and now a steal. Walking out, a backhander. Veltri makes that save on the stuff attempt by Blaine Adams, and then he holds on to the rebound. 4:11 to go in the first period. And it's Fox Chapel and Bishop Canevin scoreless. It's high school hockey, sponsored by Trib Total Media. MSA Sports on the audio and the video stream.
Tell you what, this first period, Veltry's making a case to be one of the stars of the game. 15 saves in the first period.
And that one goes in.
On cue.
Bishop Canevin won the face-off, and it looks like Kelly backhanded it. I'm not sure if Veltry saw it all the way, but it wasn't a hard shot, but it beats him through the 5-hole. And at 12:52, the Crusaders have a 1-0 lead.
I think that's going to go just by the reaction. That goal's going to end up going to Bilski, I think.
Bilski was there, but I thought Kelly put it to the net. I'm not sure if they won the face-off, and it was from the top of the right face-off circle. Kelly just threw it to the net. Why not? If it is Caden Kelly, it'll be his first goal of the year. So Veltry makes a handful of stellar saves. It is Caden Kelly with his first and a counterattack and almost a tying goal as puck squirted away from Borghini. Now a 2-on-1 back the other way. Centering pass, good stick work to break it up by Eisensen. Caden Kelly, the goal, the assist goes to Alec Bosnick for Bishop Canevin. And again, 12:52, the time of the first goal of the game, first of the year for Caden Kelly.
5th point on the season. He has a few assists as well.
Bilski comes in, has room, centers across, and Veltry stopped the centering pass. Boy, Bilski is fluid on the skates from his blue line position. Created a good opportunity. Shots favoring Bishop Canevin, 16-2. They have the 1-0 lead on the Kelly goal. And again, not sure if for Veltry, I'm sure of that, but not sure if he saw it as it went through the 5-hole and into the net. Crusaders in their own zone, and it is Bilski. Bilski spinning and turning away from a check. Good job to get away from a Villani for a check, and Bilski just methodically goes up the left wing, fires it high over top the cage. Almost got his own rebound. It sits in the circle, and a snapshot by Muehlwick misses the net. Pinching in on the line, changes Adams, gets a return, wrist shot, and that's a good left or right pad save, by Chad Veltry. Puck is dumped behind the net. Crusaders find Adams on the goal line, walks it out on the backhand, dumps it back, looks for a return, centering shot, save. Jacob Ondrako between the rings, and Veltry, perfect position, holds on with a butterfly save.
Yeah, short of that face-off goal, and I really don't think Veltry saw that puck on the face-off goal.
Or unless it hit a skate of his defense.
It had to. There's no other explanation for it because he's done such a good job in the net for Fox Chapel, saving almost everything thrown his way, especially on the man advantage.
Face-off controlled by the Foxes with 2:15 to go in this first period. Nat back in his own zone, tracks it down for the Crusaders. Gets away from the forechecking effort of Toulousiak. And up the near side, it gets back to center ice. Krivak to Adams. Adams back one-on-one, fires! Blocker save, Adams rebound, and then a stop by Veltry. Third shot, centering in front, trying to jam it in his Krivak, he can't do. Adams with a turning shot, and sliding to his left to make the save is Chad Veltry. Veltry has been oh so impressive in this first period. 19 saves already for the netminder for Fox Chapel.
I think the scorekeeper missed one shot, but we're not splitting hairs with one shot being missed. Penalty upcoming on Bishop Canevin. Fox Chapel will get their first man advantage.
Fox Chapel tied Hampton 3-3 in their third game of the year. Veltry made 43 saves in that game, 43 out of 46. So we may be threatening that. An interference call against Blaine Adams. Well, that'll give Fox Chapel a power play. This penalty comes at 15:15, so a minute 45. It would carry over 15 seconds if the Foxes were not able to score. Fox Chapel's Villani wins the face-off back to his own zone, but Bilski skates in and dumps it behind the net. Adams had a couple of golden opportunities on the shift previously before taking that penalty. Steele hopping in, just deflecting it wide. It was Krivak. And then Krivak, when he jumped around the defenseman, kind of lost control of the puck, and that gave Veltry a chance to get out and deflect it away. Villani dumps it into the zone. The Foxes will try to get in and set up on the man advantage. Cam Zemenkowski puts it behind the net. Nat is double teamed, and Nat tries to work it out, but he can't. Villani tries to stop. Borghini had it, not sure if he made the save. He had covered that post, and now falling down behind the net is Villani. Puck comes back to the point. Teeing it up for the wrist shot is Stites, and that misses the cage. Under a minute to go in this period. 1:05 to go in the man advantage for Fox Chapel. And Stites back in his own zone, sets up the power play, but his pass is too far for Villani. And icing is called against Fox Chapel with 42.7 to go in the first period.
That's a tough icing to take. You have 42.7 to go in the period, like you said, 57 seconds to go in the man advantage. You're going to go the whole way back to your defensive end for a face-off now.
The Fox Chapel was just winded. Villani was out of gas. They changed lines, do the Foxes, late in this first period, trailing it 1-0. Bishop Canevin on a Caden Kelly goal at 12:52. They get a shot on the short-handed face-off win, and Bosnick down low on the left goal line, fires, but covering the near post, Chad Veltri, and he holds on another face-off to his right.
Fox Chapel's going to have to do something to get some offense going here. 21 saves in the first period alone for Veltri. You don't want him to be tested that much.
Luciak out of his own zone. Works it to the far side of Hudik. Mike Hudik gets it into the zone, back to Luciak. And there is Bosnick trying to clear, but it picked up by Hudik for the Foxes. Working in the right wing corner with the man advantage. Puck is picked up by Bishop Canevin. They'll clear it the length of the ice with 10 seconds to go in this first period. Not sure if there's enough time for the Foxes to make one last rush. They will start the second period with 15 seconds worth of power play time. We're down to 3 seconds. Crusaders have it as the first period comes to an end. After one from the Bladerunners in Harmarville. Bishop Canevin 1 and Fox Chapel nothing. It's high school hockey. You're listening and watching PIHL High School Hockey, sponsored by Trib Total Media, and it's right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Own your piece of hockey history with a Penguins game used jersey. Visit J&J Distributing at www.jjdistributing.biz and check out one of their largest selections of Penguins game-worn jerseys from your favorite Pens, past and present, or call 724-752-1556. J&J Distributing buys, sells, and trades some of hockey's most prized possessions, including the Penguins game-worn jerseys, Penguins practice jerseys, minor league jerseys, and new and game-used equipment. Browse their inventory today at www.jjdistributing.biz.
This is Adam Horner, and as promised last year, Josh Roundtree is here to help promote Season 10 of the PIHL Power Play right here on the MSA Sports Network.
But after so many years of coverage, where can we turn for some great hockey wisdom that we haven't yet? How about the head coach of the Mighty Ducks, Gordon Bombay?
Let's have fun out there. Soft hands. You don't shoot the puck to your teammate, you sail it to him.
And don't forget the most important piece of advice ever given by our mentor, Hans.
Wear thick socks, Gordon.
Catch the PIHL Power Play every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock on MSASports.net. Attention all teenagers in the South Hills. If you need something to do on a Friday night, look no further than the TGIF Skate at the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena. Featuring a live DJ, big screen TV, special effects lighting, and games from 8 to 11, it's the place to be this winter. Mount Lebanon Ice Arena also offers an after-school skate for younger children, Fridays from 4:30 to 6 p.m., and a full range of instructional programs for all ages. For more information, call 412-561-4363 or visit mountlebanon.org.
Back at the Bladerunners at Harmarville with Brandon Showers, Bob Orkwis on the MSA Sports Network. 1-0 lead for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders. After one, Caden Kelly, his first goal of the year, 12:52. The only tally of the first period. Crusaders 0 for 2 with the man advantage. Fox Chapel has 15 seconds left on their first man advantage. They were outshot 22-3 in the first period. Chad Veltri, outstanding for the Foxes in the first 17 minutes. I assume that you have thick socks on, Brandon.
No, I did not listen to Hans. I should have. I should have listened to Hans. I knew I should have.
Foxes have to go back in their own zone. Try to come the length of the ice, and that is it. Their man advantage is over, and the Crusaders, as they did through most of the first period, possess the puck. They did such a great job of forechecking, as evidenced by their 22-3 shot total advantage. Foxes at the far point. Zeminkowski cannot get it out at the left point. Now they do send it the length of the ice. And icing forthcoming against the Foxes. The teams have flip-flopped. The Crusaders in the blue, moving from right to left for the second period. Foxes in the red and black. Oh.
Got a few.
The reserves have arrived.
Few late attendees.
I see Jonathan Rice putting on his uniform. Also coming out, Jasper Uricchio for Fox Chapel. There's a third player over there.
That's nothing bad. You get a couple guys show up a minute or so into the second period, and
those guys might have had a travel game or travel league game earlier. So the cavalry for Fox Chapel's arrived, and if you're the Foxes, you'll take it. Just trailing 1-0. Could have been worse if not for the efforts of Chad Veltri. So some help has arrived for the Foxes, being a little bit shorthanded. Those players are here, though. The Crusaders try to work it out after the face-off, and out of his own zone comes Hudik. Hudik dumps it into the Crusaders zone, and back to play is Bilski. Jason Bilski, excuse me, resets for Fox Chapel, or for Bishop Canevin, and now coming out of his own zone, Bilski drops it back, and that pass by Gambino is almost intercepted, but does come back to center ice as Jasper Uricchio is right into the play for Fox Chapel. Down the right wing, though, a shot, stick save made by Veltri, and then Bilski knocks a player down. I don't know if the referee has his arm up for icing or if it's going to be a penalty against Bilski.
No, he blew his whistle way too late. It's a penalty.
I think it's going to be against Bilski. An interference call. Bilski doesn't agree, but the Foxes get their second straight man advantage. This one coming at the 1:34 mark, this penalty, the interference call against the Bilski. 1:34 of the second period.
Get some late attendees, and who knows, maybe those will be the difference in the game. Maybe they'll have that extra spark of energy and that readiness, if you will, from playing a game earlier is what we're assuming that they were doing.
Jonathan Rice, by the way, who's out playing the point on this man advantage, is the second leading goal scorer for Fox Chapel. He leads the Foxes with 30 points on the season. He has the puck top of the left wing circle. So let's see if he can spark the Foxes. Rice goes back to the far side. Teeing up the slap shot through traffic is Ben Friedland, and he's the guy for Fox Chapel. So the cavalry indeed has arrived for Fox Chapel. Rice in his own zone will skate it up with a speed. Coming down the left wing side is Jonathan Rice. Centering pass, but not a good one. Didn't get all of it. It was easily intercepted and cleared by Bishop Canevin. A good read by Krivak. And back in his own zone to play it is Villani. Chase Villani dumps to Ben Friedland. Friedland, the super talented forward. Stick handles in, drops it back to Zeminkowski. Zeminkowski through traffic, and I think that Borghini got a right pad on that. Indeed he did. Rice keeps it at the far point for the Foxes on the man advantage, but second effort for the Crusaders, and they clear the zone. 55 seconds to go on the Fox Chapel power play. Villani to Friedland. Friedland comes through the center of the ice, dumps it into the right wing corner and gives chase. Tries to get it back. It does come towards the net by Villani, but knocked down in front by the Crusaders, and they'll shoot at the length of the ice, and a good play by Alec Knapp. Rice up ahead to Uricchio. Uricchio gains the zone, drops it to Friedland. Stick handling, but can't shoot it. Good stick effort at the last second by Nat to take the stick away from Friedland. And then the Crusaders clear it out. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Played by Caden Kelly for Bishop Canevin. He has the game's only goal so far. 10 seconds remaining on the interference call to Bilski. Jonathan Rice gains the zone for the Foxes, comes to the right. Top of the right circle, drops it to Friedland with shot. And a good stick save in the butterfly made by Nico Borghini. Cleared up. Oh, they almost had Bilski coming out of the penalty box on a stretch pass, but it was read by the Foxes. They try to clear it in, but knocked down out of the air. Good job by Langford to use the glove, and now Friedland backhands it into the Crusader zone. Bishop Canevin up the near side to the point. Rice had it, also Friedland. They do a good job to pinch and keep. And now it's cleared away.
have trouble seeing that corner right in front of the Foxes bench. A little bit of our view cut down.
Got Ben Freeland's aunt down in Maryland. We say Happy New Year to Aunt Holly. Hopefully she's listening. With speed, 3-on-1, it comes up for the Crusaders. Behind the back pass, Kelly for goal number 2. Goes to the backhand, but Veltri says no.
What a pretty pass.
That was Bilski with the behind the back spin around pass to Kelly. And Kelly, the left-handed shot. Brandon went to forehand, backhand, but Veltri was able to use the lateral movement to his left, and he denies Caden Kelly to keep it 1-0.
Fox Chapel comes back in this game. Veltri has to be one of the 3 starters of the game, Bobby. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The way he's playing the net tonight for Fox Chapel, it's keeping the Foxes in the game.
24 saves already for Veltri. Make it 25 off the face-off win. And the shot by Krivak denied by Veltri. And a face-off to his left once again.
21 saves in the first period alone. He kept them in the game.
Adams wins the face-off from Villani. Good job by Langford to step in, but it comes to Ben Friedland, but he can't clear. Crusaders get it down low from the right circle, trying to go upstairs, and Blaine Adams shot it high and over top the cage. Played back into behind the Fox Chapel net. Eisensen to the near boards, and the Crusaders have the puck. Trying to walk it out. Friedland steals, and Friedland will skate it out of his own zone with the nifty hands. Tries to get into the zone. Bilski denies. Should be the late offsides, but none forthcoming. And the Crusaders into their own zone. Got to be careful. 3 men forechecking Bilski. He's fortunate he didn't lose possession of the puck. He had to go back behind the net. And a good outlet pass. Coming with speed down the near side. Krivak, wrist shot. He tried to go top shelf, but he missed the net. He had that corner picked out. What a good outlet on the stretch pass by Bilski to free up Thomas Krivak down the left wing. Ruffing pinching in, trying to keep it in. Friedland, I think, once he got here and got dressed, he's been on the ice ever since, it looks like to me.
He hasn't taken a break yet.
He certainly had the puck a lot of this time.
He's been all over the ice too. He's been playing on the defensive end of the ice, the offensive end, doing a very good job keeping his team alive.
Krivak got it in, and a sneaky shot from the near circle by Josh Ruffing, but Veltri made that save. Ruffing just kind of pushed it to the net. Veltri up to the task once again. He's been good, as we've been talking about. A 1-0 lead for the Crusaders. Puck played at center ice by Eisensen for Fox Chapel. Force check by Kelly. Spins away from that check and plays it up the far boards. Crusaders, they play give and take. Comes to the near side of Krahovsky. Gets it through center ice, and Toulousiak comes down the right wing side for Fox Chapel. Into the zone, lost it. Onto the stick of Alec Bosnick. Bosnick drops it back, and Patrick Bain in his own zone plays it back to Bosnick. Bosnick down the left wing side, still with possession. Goes down low, puts it in front. Shot! Oh, it just went over top the net.
Looked like from our angle it went in the net.
It did. I don't know if it hit the back of the outside of the net. It hit a Fox Chapel stick on the attempt. I think that was on Draco. Didn't it look like it went into the top of the net?
It did from here.
But it was behind the net. Another good opportunity for Bishop Canevin. And now we get some extracurricular. It looks like a Crusaders headed towards the penalty box. Caden Kelly.
Took him a long time on cross-check call. Took him a long time to make the call.
6:48 the cross-checking call. The first 2 power play opportunities went to Bishop Canevin. The last 3, including this one, favoring Fox Chapel. So they're trailing by a goal, the Foxes. Now let's see if they can tie it up with the man advantage goal. Foxes in their own zone, Rice to Friedland. Friedland has Villani but dumps it in. Spins all the way around to the far side. Good job by Zeminkowski to dig. Rice keeps it in. Slides it near side of Uricchio. Return pass and a good read deflected away by Andrejko. Fox Chapel, Zeminkowski behind the net. Centers it. Comes loose and cleared. A good job on real nice effort and almost in one motion. I think that was Bilski or Nat, one of those two who cleared it. It was Nat. So with 1:20 to go, Fox Chapel has to reset in their own zone. Jonathan Rice up to chase Villani. Villani comes with a center drive, wrist shot, and a glove save by Bergini. Still loose, and they kept it out of there. Cleared out of the crease by Andrejko. But a good save with the trapper by Bergini. Rice fakes a slap shot from the left point. Centering pass, and it's right onto the stick of Andrejko, and he backhands it out of the zone for the Crusaders. Jonathan Rice in his own zone to Friedland. Friedland puts it on the stick of Uricchio. Uricchio tries to bowl his way in. He is knocked down. Puck played by Nat on the backhand, and Alec Nat clears it the length of the ice. 40 seconds to go in the power play for Fox Chapel. Jonathan Rice in his own zone. Fluidly skates at the center ice. A nice stop, but he's tied up by Adams, who denies that. The puck comes onto the stick of Ben Friedland, who resets in his own zone. Friedland comes up the left wing side. A good forechecking effort there. A checking effort by Langford, but the puck does come in. Back to Friedland. Good pass across the Rice. Wrist shot save Bergini. Backhand goes behind the net. Puck is clear but kept in. Uricchio far side to Friedland. Friedland, center point, Rice wrist shot. That was a shot pass in front, but it missed the back of Toulousiak. Out of the penalty box comes Kelly, and we're 5 aside with 8 minutes to go in the second period. Rice, near side wrist shot. That is blocked down off the stick of Bilski. Played back to Friedland. Friedland slap pass, a good one. Uricchio is denied though, and a good job moving from right to left by Bergini, and he denies Uricchio.
Borghini getting tested now in this second period. He's faced 6 shots so far in the second period. We're just over 9 minutes into the second period so far. So be interesting to see, can Bishop Canevin hold on? Can they get their offense back into it? Because for the whole first half-ish of the game, it was all Bishop Canevin offense and Fox Chapel defense.
But Rice, Uricchio, and Friedland have arrived, and that has kind of evened things out for Fox Chapel. They trail it 1-0. Caden Kelly for Bishop Canevin. The game's only goal at the 12:52 mark of the first period. Puck is knocked down at center ice by Uricchio, but he blows a tire. Can't get into the zone. Villani does work it in. Don't forget afterwards, between periods actually, we'll give you the Bladerunners scoring summary, but after the game, the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena play of the game, and we'll also choose the Management Science Associates 3 stars in this contest. Coming at you both live on the audio stream and also streaming on the video side on MSA Sports. Bob Orkwis, Brandon Chowers from the Bladerunners in Harmarville. And high school hockey, PIHL high school hockey, sponsored by Trib Total Media on the MSA Sports Network.
Bishop Canevin a little bit exhausted, a little bit tired, had to force the icing, get the change, and get some fresh legs on the ice.
Face off to the left of Nico Borghini. The Crusaders had it. They do have possession, and they'll survey. And the long pass, and that's going to be icing. Not even close to trying to find Bosnick on that stretch pass. And it's deja vu all over again.
Yeah, but this time Bishop Canevin doesn't need a change. That was probably the wrong move to try to get that stretch pass. Try to clear the puck by yourself, get it up out of the zone offensively by carrying it a little bit.
No one outside of Bosnick at center ice. Brandon was moving. A shot off the faceoff down low by Friedland, and Borghini got a piece of that. Comes to the far boards, played in front, played there by Nat to the blue line and out. The Crusaders come down the right wing into the zone. Andrejko gains, but it's cleared right back to center ice. Trying to get it there is Kurhovsky for Fox Chapel, and it'll be played to Nat, but it's behind him, and he has to go back to Chase. 6:40 to go. Nat behind his own net in this second period. It's a 1-0 lead for Bishop Canevin. Puck is played at center ice by Stites. And it comes back to Stites. He'll get a second opportunity to dump it into the Crusader zone. Played behind the net by Alec Nat. And a pass out to Kelly, hits a skate, turning. Friedland fires it wide. Friedland finally comes for a line change. Nat loses his stick. Got to be careful here if you're the Crusaders. Good forechecking effort by Zemikowski, but Bishop Canevin will get it and force it back to center ice. That allows Nat to pick up his lumber, or it's composite, I guess more likely now. Caden Kelly gains the zone. Top of the left circle, wrist shot right into the breadbasket of Veltri. He hangs on. 5:56 to go in the second period, and a face-off in the Fox Chapel zone.
And that's what Bishop Canevin was looking for there. Get a little bit of offense going, put it in the opposite zone, finish out the majority of this period if they can offensively. Keep it in the offensive zone or at mid-ice. Go 1-0 into the third.
Face-off controlled by the Crusaders on the near boards. Blaine Adams puts it beyond the net. Jonathan Rice has it for Fox Chapel. His backhand pass is kept in at the far point by the Crusaders. And back on the puck is Jasper Uricchio. Good pass. Delaney down the left wing side. Slap shot. And this time the clean glove save by Nico Borghini. And he holds on. There is no rebound.
Borghini that time got his mitt on the puck. The puck pretty much closed the mitt there. It wasn't like he had to snap it closed. Puck just kind of made the mitt collapse over top of it and pull it in and freeze the puck.
Foxes win the draw. Near side, right point, Rice with it. Jonathan Rice down the half boards. Dumps it in beyond the net. Takes a good bounce to almost Hudick at the near post, was jamming at it. Somehow Borghini, with a couple of players down on the ice, finds that loose puck and he holds on. And a face-off to his left in the Crusader zone.
Real slow to get up there.
It's Bilski.
Yeah, and that's not good.
I think he was just
15 points on the season.
Maybe he's just tired. He's been out a lot.
That's true, too.
Didn't look like he was hurt. He actually told Nico Borghini did a good job to find that loose puck. Trying to get it out. They steal in front. Oh, it's just behind the Fox Chapel player to Luciak, or he might have tied the game at 1. After the Crusaders turnover, back the other way, Krivak walks into the breakaway to the backhand. He shoots and scores. Thomas Krivak, his team leading 17th goal, and it's 2-0 Bishop Canevin.
11:57 mark, if I'm not mistaken, right, Bobby?
You are correct.
21. Thomas Krivak. I didn't see who cleared that. We'll await the assist if there is one.
But Krivak picked it up just outside of the Fox Chapel blue line with speed. Thought it was going to come the right side, but his speed was so good that he was able to make it a clean breakaway. Came in, went to the backhand, and put it up and into the net for the Crusaders. And now it's a 2-0 lead for Bishop Canevin. Friedland out of his own zone, but he's 2-on-4 actually, but Friedland comes down the right wing side. Wrist shot and a pad save. Jason Bilski gets the assist. And out of his own zone, Caden Kelly back 1-on-1. Kelly tries to go with one too many moves, and he's checked from behind. Friedland steals and clears for the Foxes. Crusaders in their own zone. They'll dump it up the far side to Mulwick. Or Draco, excuse me. Draco finds Kelly. 2-on-1. He shoots low. And a stick save made by Veltri. Between the circles, a shot deflects up. Trying to jam it in. And it squirts by the near post. As Nat just put a wrist shot from the top of the circles. That created some havoc. But Veltri keeps it out of there. Friedland with speed. Comes down the left wing side. Cuts inside. Now still with the puck. And finally loses control. Boy, Friedland is certainly a difference maker with those skills. An outlet and another odd man break maybe. Bosnick is in. It's 3-on-2 to Nat. Nat tries to put it in front. Veltri was there, as was the defenseman Rice. And that goes by the wayside for the Crusaders. Although a save credited to Veltri. Chad Veltri has made 31 saves in this contest. Puck cleared up. Uricchio near side keeps it in. Rice couldn't take it cleanly. Slaps it in front. Hits a skate. Deflects wide. Uricchio fires it. And that is high and wide. Comes to the near side. The Crusaders will dump it. It's going to go right on goal. Will not be icing.
Smart move. Smart move there. Put it on the net.
That way even if you took the icing. Yeah, but either way. But
it stops the flow of play.
Correct. You wanted a line change, and either way you get it. Puck squirts in front. Good job to clean up his own zone by Jason Bilski for Bishop Canevin. Gets it up the far side to Krivak, who has scored his 17th goal in this contest. Adams is out there, and he lays the check into Uricchio, but the counter comes with Luciak for Fox Chapel. Dumps it in to the near corner for Hudick, but the Crusaders are on the puck first. They have it behind their own net. They try the long outlet behind Adams, and they're saying no icing. Rice wants to know why. I kind of want to know why. Adams touched it, but he was still on the other side of the red line, I thought. Long shot, stick to side on the ruler by Luciak. Played into the near corner with 2:15 to go in this first period. Crusaders get it back to center ice. Good job by Langford to use his skate. Dumps it in, and Ross Langford gives chase into the left wing corner. He is tied up. Rice has the puck, puts it behind the net for Shane Talusiak. Talusiak gets it out of the zone. Bilski back in his own zone for the Crusaders. Being forechecked by Friedland as Fox Chapel line changes. So do the Crusaders. Dumped back into the Fox Chapel zone for Jonathan Rice. Rice to Ben Friedland. Friedland out of his own zone. Shucking and jiving through center ice, but loses the puck. Good job by Nat to steal and clear. Back to Jonathan Rice with 1.5 to go in the second period. 2-0 lead for Bishop Canevin. Friedland gets a pass, gets knocked off the puck, however, and the Crusaders clear it up, and here comes Bosnick down the left wing side. 3-on-3. Walks in and fires it wide to the far post. Puck squirts all the way back to the Crusader zone. Nat is mugged by Ben Friedland, and holding maybe the call against Friedland.
And Friedland comes up like this, like, I don't know what happened. I didn't do anything wrong, sir.
15-46 the time of that penalty. That'll be the third man advantage opportunity for Bishop Canevin.
You get 5.
Well, you're going to get your money's worth at least if you're Ben Friedland on that penalty.
Yeah, you get 5 to 10 for that most of the time in the quarter long.
So 1:14 the time remaining in this period. So if the Crusaders cannot score, they would have 46 seconds
on fresh ice.
Yeah, with a fresh sheet of ice in the third period. Bishop Canevin is 0 for 2 on the power play in this contest. Jason Bilski will set up the attack. Good little deflected pass, and coming down the far side, the right wing side is Alec Bosnick. Drops it back to Andrejko. Andrejko is smothered by Villani. Coming in to help is Bosnick, and now Andrejko is knocked down. He is still tied up over there by Villani. And out of his own zone is Jasper Uricchio. Uricchio with a good job to get around a check. Gains the zone, centers it in front. Rice, short-handed, in tight, can't beat Borghini. And the net comes off its moorings.
Be interesting to see if they credit a shot there. They did.
I thought they should have.
I won't argue that they should have. It's just from here, I'm not sure that Borghini got his leg on it. I'm not sure that he didn't. I think it was kind of just mishandled in front of the net. That said, though, but Fox Chapel had a 2-on-1 on the short-handed. They had a breakaway, odd numbers. Maybe see a little pass there next time. Maybe that's what the coaches will talk about in the second period break.
Face-off control by the Foxes, short-handed. Rice, center point, slap shot blocked. Talusiak off the boards, shoves it through the crease. Puts it back behind the net. Good job by the Foxes killing this penalty late in the second period. In his own zone is Bilski. And Adams, they can't get it out of the zone. Oh, it squirts in front. Villani put it towards the cage, hit a skate, goes wide. 10 seconds to go in the second period. Bishop Canevin trying to make one last rush. They can't get it out. Villani steals. 3 seconds, poke back to center ice, and that'll do it for the second period. Bishop Canevin had the only goal in period number 1, and the Crusaders had the only tally in period number 2. And after 2 periods from the Bladerunners in Harmarville, it's the Bishop Canevin Crusaders 2. The Fox Chapel Foxes nothing. We'll take a break. Be back with the Bladerunner scoring summary, our between periods activity from the Bladerunners in Harmarville. You're listening and watching PIHL High School Hockey. It's sponsored by Trib Total Media, and it's right here on the MSA Sports Network.
The team at S-Mark takes great pride in the company they've built and their growing presence in Pittsburgh. Strong values, steadfast dedication, and unwavering commitment extends well beyond the walls of S-Mark facilities into virtually every facet of our local communities. From ongoing support for critical health and human services for families and children to youth sports and recreation programs. It's the many faces of S-Mark that touch lives, instill hope, and provide opportunities to enhance and enrich the world around us. S-Mark is proud to extend its support of local communities through its sports sponsorship with the MSA Sports Network.
Want to learn how to ice skate or play hockey like they do in the PIHL? Looking for a good place to throw that winter birthday party? If you answered yes, Bladerunners is the place to go for public or private skating sessions, plus learn to skate and learn to play hockey classes. And don't forget to check out PIHL game action at their 2 locations in Harmarville and Warrendale. For more information on ice time, class and game schedules, or party planning, visit their website at www.bladerunnersice.com. See you at the rink.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIHL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything, right? I get that at Carlo. I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
Energy assistance is available for people's customers this winter. LIHEAP, the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, provides grants to help pay winter heating bills. These grants are not loans and do not need to be paid back. Funding is limited this winter, so it is important to apply for LIHEAP now. Learn more about how a LIHEAP grant can help you or someone you know. Find out if you're eligible for LIHEAP by calling 1-866-827-1281 or visit peoples-gas.com/LIHEAP.
Back at the Bladerunners in Harmarville with Brandon Showers, Bob Orkwis. Through 2 periods, Bishop Canevin. The Crusaders on the road lead the Fox Chapel Foxes by a score of 2-0. We'll get to the Bladerunner scoring summary in a second here, but one of the stories, actually 2, number 1 is number 3, and that's Chad Beltry, who's been very good in the net for Fox Chapel. And the Foxes, even though they were outshot 12-10 in the second period, Brandon, once they got the cavalry to come in, and the cavalry being Ben Freeland, Jonathan Rice, and Jasper Eureka, they played much better, even though they trailed 2-0.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, in the first period, they gave up 22 shots in the first period alone, only 12 in the second period. About, what would you say, about a quarter of the way through the second period is when the support showed up.
A little bit earlier in the second period.
Okay.
They came right on, and it was during that power play. It was during one of the power plays, so I think the Kelly penalty at 6:48.
The bigger part is, though, they had 10 shots in that third period. Only 3 in the first period. They have 13 total shots. Their defense really is keeping them in the game. The defense and the goaltending on clearing the puck out of the zone and stopping the puck from getting in the twine. So far, it's shots on goal for Bishop Canevin 34. Fox Chapel has 13 shots on goal total.
A goal in each of the first 2 periods for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders, Brandon.
Yeah, Caden Kelly at the 12:52 mark from Alec Bosniak, 1-0 in favor of Bishop Canevin. And then in the second period, almost the exact same time, minus a minute, was Thomas Krivak with a goal from Jason Bilski to put Bishop Canevin up 2-0. Both teams, as of now, 0 for 3 on the power play for Fox Chapel. 0 for 2, for Bishop Canevin with 46 seconds to go on their third power play.
That's your Bladerunners scoring summary. Bladerunners is at 2 locations, Warrendale and right here in Harmarville. As far as the playoff format goes, with everything being shuffled up in PIHL and Class AA, where these 2 teams participate, top 5 teams in each of the 2 conferences qualify, so there are 10 postseason teams total, and the breakdown goes like this. In the first round, the 5th place team in the Western Conference plays the 4th place team in the Eastern Conference at a neutral site. The 5th place team in the Eastern Conference plays the 4th place team in the Western Conference at a neutral site, and then the winners of those play the number 1, the 5 West versus 4 East winner plays West. The 5 East versus 4 West winner plays East. 3 West plays 2 East. 3 East plays 2 West. It's on our website if you're looking for it. That said, if you look at the standings, as far as these two teams, Fox Chapel with 14 points, they're in 4th place. in the Eastern Conference. They're a point ahead of Greater Latrobe. Plum is the team to look out for there because they have 7 points. So as far as making the playoffs, the Plum Mustangs would have an outside shot. In the other conference, a little bit tighter. Bishop Canevin has 10 points. They are 2 points out of West Allegheny. West Allegheny lost earlier tonight 5-0 to Hampton, so Hampton is now second behind Erie Cathedral Prep in points. Talbot's have 21. ECP has 22. West Allegheny with 8 points. Baldwin has 5 points, so there may be a battle for that 5th spot. But the Crusaders with 10, trying to make it 12 here tonight and solidify their playoff positioning, Brandon, as we head towards the stretch run in the PIHL Penguin Cup playoffs.
Yeah, and it doesn't get any easier. If you look at, who was it? Was it Bishop Canevin's next 3 games. Let me get their schedule here. Their next 3 are Norwin, West Allegheny, and North Hills. West Allegheny, like you said earlier, they're a team that's fighting for playoff positioning and get into the 5th seed coming out of the West. North Hills has 12 points in 12 games as well, so they're going to be fighting for a playoff spot. Norwin down at the bottom of the East side, but that's a team that is hit or miss, really. They've played 12 games, have 2 points on the season, but if Bishop Canevin wins this game against Fox Chapel, if everything holds serve right now, they play Norwin on Thursday, so in 2 days they play Norwin at the Ice Castle. That's going to be an interesting game because they're going to be riding a high from this Fox Chapel game, beating Fox Chapel 2-0 or whatever the score ends up being. To play Norwin, do they come down off of that high, or do they kind of keep it going throughout? If you look at Bishop Canevin, they're a team that's up and down. I mean, they lost to Shaler, they lost to Armstrong. Shaler, who was leading the East coming into tonight with 20 points in 12 games. They're idle tonight. Hampton jumped over top of them. Armstrong, though, 12-2 they lost. So this is a Bishop Canevin team. You really don't know what you're going to get out of them. Are they hitting the stride right now, or are they kind of just riding a little bit of a wave and going to crash back down?
Fox is also their next games this week, Thursday against West Allegheny, but their schedule, the top 3 teams, the teams that are ahead of them in the Eastern Conference in Class AA, are on their slate. Shaler, who is the first place team, actually the second place team now. Hampton, who is the first place team, and then Armstrong, who's the third place team. So there it is for the Fox Chapel Foxes. You can almost look at controlling your own destiny with those 3 games for Fox Chapel.
Yeah, I won't argue that. Fox Chapel, they win. If they can come back in this game, too, they really are in the driver's seat as well. Ride a high into the next 3 games against 3 very good teams. Even if they take a point out of one game, take 2 out of another game, and don't take anything out of the third game, it's still a victory out of those 3 games, if you ask me.
Before we take a break, I want to let you know about the Nike Coach of the Year Clinic. Some 40 championship winning coaches and speakers will outline the latest winning football strategies to over 1,100 attending football coaches. It's the 53rd annual Pittsburgh Nike Coach of the Year Clinic. Takes place the weekend of February 27th, 28th, and March the 1st. Football coaches from Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Maryland, Ohio, New York, and Canada will be at the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel in Pittsburgh's Green Tree section to participate in over 55 hours of in-depth instruction and question and answer sessions. Headlining this year's 53rd annual Pittsburgh Nike Coach of the Year Clinic will be Jimbo Fisher from Florida State, Mark Richt from Georgia, Dana Holgerson from West Virginia, and many more. The Pittsburgh Nike Coach of the Year Clinic will continue its commitment to safe football and concussion prevention with a special presentation by UPMC's medical staff and also a demonstration on safe tackling. For more information, contact Don Schleicher. He's the director, 412-478-6833. Back with the third period right after this, after 2 from the Bladerunners in Harmarville. Bishop Canevin 2 and Fox Chapel nothing. You're listening and watching PIHL High School Hockey, sponsored by Trib Total Media, and it's right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Own your piece of hockey history with a Penguins Game News jersey. Visit J&J Distributing at www.jjdistributing.biz and check out one of their largest selections of Penguins game-worn jerseys from your favorite Pens past and present. Or call 724-752-1556. J&J Distributing buys, sells, and trades some of hockey's most prized possessions, including the Penguins game-worn jerseys, Penguins practice jerseys, minor league jerseys, and new and game-used equipment. Browse their inventory today at www.jjdistributing.biz.
East Suburban Sports Medicine, leaders in physical therapy, will help you get back into the game, feel better, play better, live better. Your hometown resource for physical therapy, East Suburban Sports Medicine. Take it from me, Bill Hillgrove, it's the best care, hands down.
The team at S-Mark takes great pride in the company they've built and their growing presence in Pittsburgh. Strong values, steadfast dedication, and unwavering commitment extends well beyond the walls of S-Mark facilities into virtually every facet of our local communities. From ongoing support for critical health and human services for families and children to youth sports and recreation programs. It's the many faces of S-Mark that touch lives, instill hope, and provide opportunities to enhance and enrich the world around us. S-Mark is proud to extend its support of local communities through its sports sponsorship with the MSA Sports Network. The new home for the PIHL in 2014-2015 is the MSA Sports Network.
Management Science Associates Incorporated, MSA, is a world...
The new home for the PIHL in 2014-2015 is the MSA Sports Network. Not only can you listen to audio broadcasts of high school hockey games online like in years past, but this year MSA Sports will be video streaming 25 games live and archived during the regular season with exclusive coverage of the 2015 Penguin Cup playoffs. Your audio and video home of the PIHL is the MSA Sports Network.
UPMC Sports Medicine is the region's largest and most experienced center dedicated to caring for athletes of all levels. And as we celebrate more than 25 years of world-class care, we're proud to offer more services, have more physicians, and treat more student athletes than any other sports medicine provider in the region. Why would you choose to go anywhere else? To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com.
What you want is to stay warm this winter by logging on to www.msasports.net each and every day. We have all the schedules, the scores, the rankings, and the standings of the high school winter sports, plus weekly shows like Inside the WPIL Wrestling Circle, the PIHL Power Play Show, and the WPIAL Roundball Report, along with live and archive broadcasts of whatever your favorite high school sport is. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this winter. It's the MSA Sports Network.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
Back at the Bladerunners in Harmarville, Bob Orkwis, Brandon Showers on MSA Sports. There's the audio version and the video version. Jody Zangrulli Cook.
She listened to Hans.
Camera.
She listened to Hans. She has thick socks.
She has
today.
thick socks. 17 minutes of regulation at least left. 2-0 lead for Bishop Canevin. The Crusaders are on their third man advantage. They have 46 seconds remaining on the holding call, which was called against Ben Friedland. So they'll start the third period moving from left to right with the man advantage. But Eurykio has the puck for Fox Chapel. He dumps it the length of the ice. Jason Bilski back in his own zone. Has the puck. Tries to wind it up off the stick of Krivak, but it comes back to Villani. Plays it to Eurykio. Forechecked over there by Bosnick. Eurykio gets it out to center ice, and Jonathan Rice, shorthanded, 1-on-3, coming down the right wing side, is knocked to the ice. No penalty called, and here comes the counterattack with Blaine Adams. Adams gains the zone down the right side. Good pocket picked by Eurykio. Rice couldn't get it out, hits the official, and then angrily slaps at the length of the ice. 5 seconds to go. Friedland coming out of the box, and 2-1, and we're 5 aside. Both teams are now 0 for 3 with a man advantage. Jason Bilski comes down the right side. walks it in behind the net, and now tries to dump it back out from the right wing corner, but can't get it to its teammate. Fox Chapel in their own zone. Jasper Uricchio tries the long pass for Friedland. It hits Rice, who was about 10 feet offsides, and that's an intentional offside.
Rice just kind of, he let it hit his skate and just kind of sat there like, yep, I know you got me.
It was kind of like he saw it coming and really couldn't get out of the way.
No. As soon as it hit him, okay.
Either way, that face-off is going all the way back.
Exactly.
So I'll just let it hit me. So the face-off to the right of Chad Veltri, who's been good. He's made 32 saves for Fox Chapel.
A little bit of a wardrobe malfunction for Bishop Canevin.
That was Blaine Adams' mouthpiece. Uricchio has the face-off win after the Foxes win the draw. Cleared back to center ice, and Alec Nat dumps it right back into the Foxes zone, where Uricchio plays to the far side. It's the shin pad of Hudick, and he has to play it back on the defense to Villani. Villani now back on defense. He was playing forward earlier before the reserves came. Friedland, wrist shot blocked. Friedland falls down, tied up with Alec Nat. Puck into the near corner, left wing corner, comes to the left point. Far side, it goes to Uricchio. Top of the right circle, center point Villani, slap shot. Good stick work on the block by Bishop Canevin, and they counterattack. Caden Kelly made the block. Kelly had the puck, gains the zone 3-on-3, and it comes back to center ice, and Nat dumps it back in for the Crusaders. 2 minutes in to period number 3. Good job to use the right skate by Langford to gain possession. Langford's free behind the net. Langford comes all the way to the near boards. Slides it back to Nat, top of the near circle, goes opposite, shot by Bilski, deflected, and the rebound is put in by the Crusaders. 3-0. Bishop Canevin, second of the game, second of the season for Caden Kelly.
2-12.
And a good job by Bilski, who'll get his second assist, to just see that there was traffic there, and he just kind of slid it towards that side of the net and was put in. Bilski, by the way, now has points in 6 straight games for Bishop Canevin. He should get the assist. Kelly's going to get a second.
Ross Langford with the other assist.
So his first point of the night, and a big goal, not a power play goal, but a 3-goal cushion now for Bishop Canevin. Still a lot of time to go, 14-10. But the Crusaders have now scored 1 goal in each of the 3 periods in this contest to build this 3-0 lead. Slap shot through traffic, and a good job to get it through there. I thought there was no way Toulousiac was going to get it through. He kind of fooled Borghini, but it missed. 2-on-1 pass in front. Adams and Veltri. Did he make that save? Yes, he did.
With his glove.
Tremendous.
Oh, my.
Adams on the 2-on-1 got wide open in front. He went to the forehand near post, and Veltri splayed out and somehow made that save with the glove, the pad, and when he got out, the puck was underneath him. And that's Blaine Adams, who's one of the leading scorers in the classification, denied by Veltri.
It's a shame. Veltri is having a heck of a game, but he's going to lose out on one of the stars of the game if the shutout holds serve, because you got multiple players with multiple points, and then you have a shutout for Borghini. And I don't know what happened there.
Late line change, and they made Rice go back off and Uricchio come back on.
They didn't put that shot up on the scoreboard. That save.
Fox is out of their own zone. It is Jasper Uricchio through center ice off the stick of Friedland. He tries to dive in behind Bain and does to get the puck. Can't center, comes all the way around to the near corner. Put it in front, had Uricchio intercepted and cleared. Opportunity for Bosnick. Gets in, walks in, forehand, and never got the shot off cleanly. As he came down the right side on that breakaway with speed, but as he went from right to left, Brandon, he never cleanly fired it on Veltri.
No, he never got the shot off. Tried to be a little bit too pretty, I think.
Friedland back the other way. Slap shot over top the net. Crusaders out of their own zone. Passes between the legs of a Draco. Cleared back into the Fox Chapel zone for Jonathan Rice. They do give a shot on that one, so it does even out. So credit Veltri with the save. Plus, he also got it tight. He got up on top of Veltri. And not a lot of room to work with on that breakaway opportunity by Bosnick at the finish.
I was just going to say on that Caden Kelly goal, Bishop Canevin doesn't have to do anything in this third period except for play defense, but sometimes your best defense is a good offense.
Well, you cushioned your lead, so that's a big and short goal, though some frame of mind or some thought processes are that 3-goal lead is the hardest to protect. Out of his own zone, good skating effort by Bilski. Bilski gains the zone down the left wing side, but falls down, but still has possession of the puck.
Ooh,
and now he's knocked
off the puck.
It was Jasper Uricchio who rammed him off the puck. Puck is played around to the near side in the Fox's zone with Jonathan Rice. Rice behind the net. And he's kind of stymied, so needs some help with Uricchio. Uricchio resets, looks it over. Pass up the near side to Toulousiak. Toulousiak back one-on-one with Gambino. Gambino knocks it off his stick, but it comes to Rice. Walks in, shot, and a good right pad save by Nico Bergini as he followed Rice from left to right. Rice fires from the top of the near circle, and that's deflected wide. Trying to skate it up out of the zone. Ross Langford can't do it. Good keep by Uricchio. Walks in, but a good checking effort by Langford. Or yeah, it is Langford. Langford has his stick knocked away, and that's going to be slashing against Toulousiak.
Fox Chapel doing anything they can to get the puck behind Borghini. Borghini, though, standing tall in the net, doing a good job protecting the twine and stopping the goal from going in.
He's made a couple of nice saves in this game. Hasn't faced the rubber that Chad Veltri has. 37-15, the shots favor Bishop Canevin. Slashing the call against Shane Toulousiak. Penalty comes at the 5:40 mark of the third period. It is power play opportunity number 4 for Bishop Canevin.
We're going to get another penalty?
It's a delay, or it's an unsportsmanlike conduct call against Jonathan Rice, who was yapping about the penalty. It wasn't more yapping, he was... Now the referee giving Richard Villani the... Rice was yapping and kind of circling around and gesturing his unhappiness, so he gets a 10-minute misconduct, so he's pretty much done except for the last minute 20 of this game. It won't affect the 5-on-4 play on the ice because of the 10-minute misconduct. And the Crusaders with the man advantage, right side Adams. Wrist shot, chest save, rebound, backhand, behind the net on the stick of Bosnick, and he misses it. Centering shot, save again, Veltri, rebound, and it's jammed over top the cage by Blaine Adams. Crusaders go to the far point. Alec Knapp, top of the left circle, shot, blocked, deflected in front to Adams. He had room, the shot hit the outside of the cage, however, cleared by Uricchio, but not out. Kept in at the far point by Alec Nat. Nat goes into the left wing corner. They dump it behind the net to Adams. Back to the point to Nat. Resets, fires. That deflects wide on a good half slapper by Alec Knapp. A good start to this power play. The Crusaders now have 40 shots on net. Puck is played around to the far side, and at the right point, Nat keeps it alive. Behind the net to Blaine Adams. Centers. The only man there is Ben Friedland for the Foxes. He backhands it back to center ice, and Chase Villani has it. Trying to go back to Friedland. Friedland does have it. Backhands it behind the cage to the far side, and out of the zone comes Bosnick. Bosnick back 3-on-3. Look at Friedland, though, with a great checking effort. It's dropped back. Friedland will steal and dump it out of the zone. Bilski off the bench does deny the shorthanded opportunity for Friedland, and Bilski comes back the other way, walking in. Backhander glove save by Chad Veltri, and he holds on.
He's listed as a defenseman, but he has the skates and the moves like a forward almost out of Bilski.
He can skate, can he not?
Oh, my.
First of all, he came flying off the bench to deny Friedland's opportunity, and then all of a sudden
took it and went.
He comes back the other way,
Exactly.
breaks in, and gets a backhand shot off on the man advantage. So he's playing defense, and then he turned that into offense. Face-off won by Bishop Canevin. They go to the right point, or the left point, excuse me, to Bilski. Nat comes to the near side now on the right point. They'll come back left point to Bilski. Skates it to the center point. Now comes in, fires. Veltri makes the save, and he wasn't sure if he had the puck, but it finally is jammed between his right arm and his body as the penalty is over. Back off the onto the ice comes to Luciak. So the Crusaders are 0 for 4 with a man advantage, but they lead this game 3-0 with 9:20 to go in period number 3. Face off to the left of Chad Veltri.
Bishop Canevin's just aware of everything, though. I watched Nat with about 7 seconds to go on that power play. He skated to mid-ice and just kind of hung out to prevent a breakaway.
That's a good call, good point, because he saw that Bilski was coming over to center point, but he was supporting and back on the defensive side. Trying to come up the near side is Chase Villani. Villani is tied up with one of the Crusaders. Puck squirts into the left wing corner, and a whistle is blown. We're going to face off in the Bishop Canevin zone.
Bishop Canevin player down. I think that's who's on the board.
It's Langford. Langford fell down, and then Villani kind of put the gloves into him. Not really a cross check, but sort of put the gloves into him as they skated in to the corner, and the puck was under Langford. So the face-off will come in the Crusader zone to our left, to the right of freshman goalkeeper Nico Borghini, with 9 minutes exactly to go in the third period. A 3-0 lead for the Crusaders. Hudick tries to turn and fire. That is blocked, and the Crusaders' Patrick Bain will skate it up. Dumps it behind the net. Chad Veltri leaves it there, almost getting there. First was on Draco for Bishop Canevin. He cannot do it. Clear it up, but not out. Good checking effort by Langford to keep it in. And in his own zone, it will be Cam Zemenkowski. He come up the near side, lost the puck. Caden Kelly's out there looking for the HT. Kelly had no goals coming in tonight. He has scored twice for the Crusaders. To the near point, kept in by Alec Nat. Nat dumps it in. Behind the net, Elias Isensen in his own zone for the Foxes. Tries to go left and then right and then back the opposite. Does get it out of the zone. Too far for Chase Villani. And behind Nat into the Crusader zone. And icing is the call with 8:05 to go in this third period. And a 3-0 lead for Bishop Canevin. Just confirming that Matta is done.
Is he done?
On my update. He's going to get a second surgery on the shoulder. Pens were victorious tonight, by the way. 7-2 over the Minnesota Wild.
How about that Mike Yo little...
Former assistant coach Mike Yo. That will add to his
practice
woes.
discussion.
Discussion is
a practice
that
discussion.
is the politically correct way to call to say what that is.
Tirade.
Tirade is more correct. Expletive fill tirade would be.
That's the most descriptive version that you can go with.
Puck is played back to center ice. Gambino lost it. Friedland comes in 1-on-3 or 2-on-3 actually. Backhands it and he beat Borghini, but he hit the post. Shot is blocked now on the return by Toulousiak. Friedland almost made it 3-1. He came in 1-on-3 and his backhand shot did beat Borghini, but it found the iron, and now the Crusaders are going to be called for a tripping penalty, and that'll give Fox Chapel their fourth man advantage. This penalty comes at the 9:37 mark of period number 3, and it's almost the do-or-die opportunity that the Foxes need. They really need to score here, being down 3-0, and Bilski goes in for the second time.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Bobby. This is the power play right here that Fox Chapel's got to put the puck in the net to get themselves back into the game and have any hope of coming back into it.
Uricchio has the face-off win, but he tries to center it. It does actually come to Friedland on the near side. Center point to Stites. Stites goes on the right side. Uricchio fires, hits the stick of Borghini, and goes behind the net on the rebound. Friedland on the near boards. Center point to Stites, back to Friedland. Shot through a screen. Had a pad save made by Borghini. Puck behind the net. Fox Chapel on the man advantage. A good start to this power play. To Luciak, Friedland, Stites. And now Eurykio. Center point Stites, near side Freeland. Snapper, save. Borghini cleared up. Good job to keep it in. And now Freeland with a second effort. Gets it in front of the net. Villani was there, but he couldn't control. Nat gains possession. Can he clear for Bishop Canevin? Good job by Chase Villani to smother him, and he blankets him, and they can't clear. But the Crusaders' second effort, they wind it around the boards and back to the blue line. And Fox Chapel has to reset. 59 seconds to go on the Fox's power play. Chase Villani gains the zone on the far side. Short pass is intercepted. Krivak, who has a goal, comes back 1-on-3 down the right side. He tried to drag it around Jasper Eurykio, and Eurykio made the defensive play to take the puck.
Not a bad attempt there out of Bishop Canevin to get their shorthanded goal, but also smart as well. 3 guys stayed back to prevent an odd man break on the power play for Fox Chapel.
Under 6 to go in the period. 30 seconds left on the man advantage, and the Crusaders clear right onto the stick on the shot on goal to Veltri. Veltri gets it up ahead, and here comes Ben Freeland down the right side. Wrist shot, good one. Ducking out of the way of that was Nico Borghini. That was a strong wrist shot by Friedland. 10 seconds to go on this man advantage for Fox Chapel. Puck is cleared. Now it's dumped back in by Toulousiak. 6 seconds, and the Crusaders will dump it the length of the ice, and Fox Chapel is now 0 for 4 with the man advantage. Shots are 44-20 to 20 in favor of Bishop Canevin. They have a 3-0 lead with 5:15 to go in this third period.
A little bit of confusion. Bilski wasn't sure what to do. He stayed out on the ice. He's looking at the bench, wondering if he was supposed to come the whole way across or not.
Puck is in the Fox Chapel zone. The Crusaders now change up and sync up their lines as Gambino comes out late. Friedland, his pass is up ahead to Shane Toulousiak, but he can't play it cleanly. Bilski in his own zone spins with it. Dumps it to the near side, and now skates it to the far side. Bilski with a great skating ability, gains the zone, dumps it in. The Bishop Canevin will come for another line change. It's very evident that the Crusaders are protecting this 3-0 lead with their formations, almost in that trap-type delay offense. Bilski gained the zone, and he was the only blue shirt that was in the zone. The rest were in the neutral zone or near their own blue line. Puck is tied up in the right wing corner of the Crusaders zone. Bilski trying to get it out. He does. He's overtaken beyond the net, though, by Jonathan Rice. Or is that Yaminsky? It's Yaminsky. And the puck is played to Adams. Adams gained the red line. Barely.
Yeah.
It gets it into the Fox Chapel zone. Under 4 to go. Fox is in their own zone. Back to Jasper Eurykio. Eurykio plays it off the cage to himself. Nifty little move, and he skates it up. Fires on the far side. Finds the stick of Shane Kurhofsky. Kurhofsky down the right wing. Tries to wrist it to the net. That is blocked and cleared in one motion. Who else? Jason Bilski. Bilski that time gains the red line clearly and cleanly and dumps it in as the Crusaders change up, protecting this 3-0 lead.
Anyone else see Herb Brooks on Miracle walking up and down the bench every 30 seconds? That's exactly what Bishop Canevin's doing. I've been tracking their line changes, and they've gone to about a 30-second shift on the ice. New guys on the ice, 30-second shift on, new guys on.
Legs feed the wolf, boy.
They do.
Legs feed the wolf.
I won't argue it. It's a smart move out of Bishop Canevin to do something like that.
I'd say after they got the Kelly goal, their third early in this period, they've paid attention to defense. So they've gotten some good opportunities offensively as well, but they haven't gone crazy. And again, it's credit to Kevin Zolmansky and his staff to keep that attention to detail back in the defensive zone, trying to hang on to this 3-0 lead. We're under 3 minutes to go. Puck is played to the far side to Bain. Bain dumps it up off the stick of Kelly. And coming down the left wing is Bosnick. Bosnick gets around a man. Centers. Kelly looking for the HT. That shot was blocked.
But still, 2 people in the defensive end for Bishop Canevin. Their 2 defensive men haven't really gone to point position, stayed right around the blue line, if not behind it.
Puck is played by Miskey for Fox Chapel. Kept in by Bain at the left point. Behind the net, the Foxes in their own zone. With Miskey, he'll try to get it out. Kelly forechecking. Stepping up to keep it in is Alec Nat. Second opportunity for Nat. with more room. Skates it, scores! Nat stepped inside and fired through a screen. It surprises Veltri, and it's 4-0, Bishop Canevin. Perola went down to block the shot, and that screened Veltri. And the time of the goal, 14:46. Crusaders up 4-0. Alec Nat gets his 5th goal of the year.
And kick the Bishop Canevin face-off man out. Kervac came in a little bit too early. False start on him.
So the Foxes had a power play. They could not score. Alec Nat gets the ultimate insurance goal. An unassisted tally at 14:46. And the Crusaders are a minute 55 away from picking up a back-to-back wins, defeating Hampton and now Fox Chapel.
2 big wins, too.
So Coach Kevin Zolmanski said he thought they played their best game. Well, they piggybacked the win over Hampton. And they're a minute 40 seconds away from a shutout win over Fox Chapel. Ross Langford clears it in for Bishop Canevin, played by Chad Veltri. Puck is kept in by Bishop Canevin. They play catch beyond the net. They work it back over to Krivak. Krivak is in the left wing corner. He is double teamed, but still possessing the puck with his skates. The clock is wound down to a minute 15. Help out there from Blaine Adams. Puck comes behind the net to Luciak. He gave it away. Friedland had it. Can't clear the zone. Backhanded in front. Turning shot. Oh, and a big left toe save by Chad Veltri. His 42nd save of the game. Crusaders still have it in the Fox Chapel zone. Finally, it finds the stick of Stites. Stites clears the zone to Friedland. Friedland tries to hop around a man. Knocks that man down. Bilski is over there. Nat, the 2 top defenders, are out for Bishop Canevin. 40 seconds to go.
I guarantee you Borghini is looking at the clock, realizing he's 30 seconds away from his, 2nd shutout of the season.
Correct, his 2nd career shutout as well. Nat in his own zone with 27 seconds behind the net to Bilski.
They're playing catch.
Bilski stick handling behind his own cage. Puts it out in front, cleared but not out. With 17 seconds, comes to the near side. Krivak does work it back to center ice. Adams is on the puck, dumps it. Stites has it in his own zone with 8 seconds. And
Friedland's going to go take a break.
Friedland took a cheap shot at Adams, and Adams gave him the I'm strong muscle.
I am He-Man.
Correct. And that's a frustration penalty against Ben Friedland. After Rice comes out after serving the 10-minute misconduct. So this will be 7 seconds of power play for Bishop Canevin, but it will not matter as the Crusaders are going to post a 4-0 victory over Fox Chapel.
There's 5 Fox Chapel players on the ice after getting a penalty called on them.
They fix it. Puck is dropped. Rice will go back into his zone with 4 seconds. He'll just dump it up, and the Bishop Canevin Crusaders come to Harmarville. They shut out the Fox Chapel Foxes by a score of 4-0. Take a break. Back with the MSA Sports post-game show, including the Bladerunners scoring summary, the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena play of the game, and the management Science Associates 3 stars of the game. Bishop Canevin 4, Fox Chapel nothing. You have been listening and watching PIHL High School Hockey, sponsored by Trib Total Media, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Attention all teenagers in the South Hills. If you need something to do on a Friday night, look no further than the TGIF Skate at the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena. Featuring a live DJ, big screen TV, special effects lighting, and games from 8 to 11, it's the place to be this winter. Mount Lebanon Ice Arena also offers an after-school skate for younger children. Attention all teenagers in the South Hills. If you need something to do on a Friday night, look no further than the TGIF Skate at the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena. Featuring a live DJ, big screen TV, special effects lighting, and games from 8 to 11, it's the place to be this winter. Mount Lebanon Ice Arena also offers an after-school skate for younger children, Fridays from 4:30 to 6 p.m., and a full range of instructional programs for all ages. For more information, call 412-561-4363 or visit mountlebanon.org.
It's cold outside and dark way too early. That must mean one thing. It's wrestling season. With the mats rolled out in a gymnasium near you, be sure to tune in to Inside of the PIHL Wrestling Circle, Monday nights at 7 p.m. on the MSA Sports Network.
We provide all the scores from around the WPIL, focus on key matches, talk to coaches about their season, and provide in-depth analysis that you can't find anywhere else.
So cozy up around the fire and tune in to Inside of the PIHL Wrestling Circle every Monday night at 7 p.m. on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything, right? I get that at Carlo. I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
Want to learn how to ice skate or play hockey like they do in the PIHL? Looking for a good place to throw that winter birthday party? If you answered yes, Bladerunners is the place to go for public or private skating sessions, plus learn to skate and learn to play hockey classes. And don't forget to check out PIHL game action at their 2 locations in Harmarville and Warrendale. For more information on ice time, class and game schedules, or party planning, visit their website at www.bladerunnersice.com. See you at the rink.
Energy assistance is available for people's customers this winter. LIHEAP, the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, provides grants to help pay winter heating bills. These grants are not loans and do not need to be paid back. Funding is limited this winter, so it is important to apply for LIHEAP now. Learn more about how a LIHEAP grant can help you or someone you know. Find out if you're eligible for LIHEAP by calling 1-866-827-1281 or visit peoples-gas.com/LIHEAP.
The new home for the PIHL in 2014-2015 is the MSA Sports Network. Not only can you listen to audio broadcasts of high school hockey games online like in years past, but this year MSA Sports will be video streaming 25 games live and archived during the regular season with exclusive coverage of the 2015 Penguin Cup playoffs. Your audio and video home of the PIHL is the MSA Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Bladerunners in Harmarville. Bob Orkwis, Brandon Showers on the MSA Sports Network, the MSA Sports post-game show as the Bishop Canevin Crusaders shut out the Fox Chapel Foxes by a score of 4-0. And they've won 2 in a row. They've evened their record on the season at 6-6. It's the MSA Sports post-game show. We want to let you know, we want to send out a quick apology to those at home. The video stream, we had some technical difficulties during the first period, so we apologize for the live stream, but the full video will be available tomorrow, so you can check that out. Hopefully you enjoyed the audio broadcast, and now you can always go back and listen to that archive as well. The 4-0 win for Bishop Canevin, their second in a row. They defeated Hampton, and now they piggyback that with a shutout here to, as I said, improve to 6-6, and they now have 12 points. That ties them with North Hills for third place in the Western Conference. Air Cathedral Prep, 22 points, leading that conference, and the Moon Tigers have 18. They're in second. West Allegheny lost earlier tonight, so they're 4 points off the pace. And again, the top 5 teams from each conference in Class AA make the playoffs for Fox Chapel. They're 6-5-2 now. They still have 14 points. They're tied with Armstrong for third place in the Eastern Conference. Hampton leads that conference with 21 points. The Shaler Titans have 20. Let's get you our Bladerunners post-game scoring summary. Bladerunners has 2 locations. Please visit them at Warrendale and right here in Harmarville. Bishop Canevin, the only goal of the first period. Caden Kelly, his first of the year, his first of 2 in this contest, a 12-52 face-off win. Bosnick won the face-off. It came back to Kelly, and His shot through a screen kind of surprised Chad Veltri, who was very, very good for Fox Chapel, beating him through the 5-hole. Might have hit his skates, and it was 1-0. Bishop Canevin, 12:52 the first period. The only goal in that period, the Crusaders, the only goal in the second period came at 11:57. Thomas Krivak on a breakaway. Took an outlet pass, came down the right side, and then found himself one-on-one with Chad Veltri. Went forehand, backhand, put it into the net off an assist by Jason Bilski to make it 2-0. And the Crusaders got a couple big insurance goals in the third period. Early in the period, 2:12 in, Caden Kelly got a second of the game, picking up a rebound in front. Langford was in front, pitchforking at it as well. Bilski took a shot, it was saved. Langford freed it up, it came to Kelly. He put it behind Veltri at 2:12 to make it 3-0. And then the final goal of the game came at the 14:46 mark of the final period. Clearing attempt was intercepted by Alec Natt at the near point. He stepped in to the top of the circles and put a wrist shot that beat Chad Veltri through the 5-hole. Your final score, 4-0 for Bishop Canevin. Shots on goal in the third period, 12 for the Crusaders, 7 for Fox Chapel. The game totals 46 for Bishop Canevin, 20 for Fox Chapel, and that is your Blade Runners post-game scoring summary. Again, visit Blade Runners at 2 locations in Warrendale and Harmarville. Time for a Mount Lebanon Ice Arena play of the game. And the play of the game is the Thomas Krivak breakaway goal, the second goal of the game for Bishop Canevin. Took an outlet pass from Jason Bilski and came down the right side, and actually with his speed made it a clean breakaway. And he wants a backhand or forehand backhand to beat Chad Veltri to make it 2-0. And the Crusaders went on to win 4-0. That's our choice for the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena play of the game. The Mount Lebanon Ice Arena is the place to be for teens in the South Hills on Friday nights. It is now time to choose our Management Science Associates 3 stars of the game. Honorable mention goes to the freshman goaltender for Bishop Canevin, Nico Bergini, 20 saves to post his second shutout, but our third star, Jason Bilski, the talented defenseman for Bishop Canevin with 2 assists. He'll be our guest on the center stage afterwards. He's the number 3 star. Chad Veltri, 42 saves in the losing effort for Fox Chapel, the number 2 star. And our Management Science Associate star of the game with 2 goals, Caden Kelly for Bishop Canevin. And for the Crusaders, they